So obviously you know us. I'm Kate.
I'm Whit.
This is Paige, Dr. Paige, and what's your name?
Tara.
Okay, so we have an exciting little thing we're doing today. So we are here with Dr. Paige Holt from town, and she works as a plastic surgeon in our hometown. And so we wanted to get to know her as well, and she approached us about doing something together as a collab because we feel like she supports a lot of the same ideals that we do as a business and supporting other women in the community. And she's won some
Why am I getting
awards.
emotional? So great.
So she not only does some of the procedures that we are going to do today, but she also specializes in a couple of things that we wanted to highlight and just give her a little shout out on some of the things that she's doing in town. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I was born in July, so I'm a Cancer. I'm a board certified plastic surgeon, and I'm married, and I have 4 children who are 9, 6, 4, and 2.
Oh, right around our
Busy.
ages.
I've been in Bloomington for about 8 years.
Okay.
And I have 2 partners at Twin City Plastic Surgery. And I also have a practice in Quincy, Illinois with a nurse practitioner and a school trainer. And we're very happy here. The kids love the community. I don't know, we just run around and play in the backyard and take pictures and put them on Instagram. Just like
Yes. Everyone.
That's kind of what I do my spare time, is hang out with the children. But I love what I do. I'm very, very passionate about plastic surgery, and I feel like it is, it's a gift that I get to do this every day. And I do hand surgery, and I do reconstructive plastic surgery, and I do breast reconstructive surgery, and then all the cosmetic surgery things that you would see, like liposuction and tummy tucks and those fun things.
Yeah. None of that which we will be doing today. But I wouldn't mind a tummy tuck or so.
So today, like, we're going to talk about Botox and fillers, and I think that my patients are happy with that choice. It's something that it's kind of fun to do in the office. This might be the first time I've really done it in the studio.
On the road.
Yeah, take the show on the road.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Can you tell us a little bit about your hand surgery? Because you said that's
Yes.
something you specialize in.
I was gonna say, we were talking to Katie earlier, and we were talking about how a lot of our followers, even us, are starting to get carpal tunnel from like
Our
scrolling.
phones? Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
is
I
that like a
didn't
new
realize-
thing now with social media? Does that seem to be like a
I
factor?
actually read something fairly recently about, sort of like screen thumb and
Yeah.
carpal tunnel, that type of
That's
Screen
such a
thumb.
funny thing, but it's like a real disease.
It's a real thing. No, so I do, as part of my training as a plastic surgeon, we're trained to repair and restore normal anatomy and function, and part of that training is hand surgery. So things that I have done in the past, reconstructive microsurgery, putting fingers back on that have been amputated. I don't do a whole lot of that in Bloomington.
But it's cool that you could.
Oh,
Like,
it's
if you-
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, it's really actually very inspiring to see the anatomy of the hand. It's just a beautiful thing. But things that I do now with hand surgery, like carpal tunnel surgery, retractor fingers, those types of things, a little bit of trauma.
Okay. Very cool. Also, you've recently won an award. We wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm really making you uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
I just love talking about myself.
I know,
so
right?
much. I was recognized for the Athena Award, which is an international award for women who support other women. And I had noticed, last year I went an Instagram account. I know you guys are like very social media savvy. And what I noticed was that how plastic surgeons portray themselves is sort of embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
And it didn't make me feel good about myself. And if I was on Instagram and, my 6-year-old daughter like snuggled up on the couch, I would shut it down.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want her to see the things that other plastic surgeons were posting. And there aren't many naked pictures of me on the internet that I know of. So I just decided, I'm like, you know what? There are other things that I can do. I meet the most amazing, inspiring, wonderful women all of the time, and why can't we highlight that, like just the beauty that we all have within ourselves, and share that, and what do we have to learn from awesome friends and other women, and how do we support other women and local businesses, and how do we connect women? And so we started this project with the help of my friend Katie Ravers, and then it was recognized for the work that we were doing, which was really
awesome.
So cool.
humbling.
And I think your story speaks to us because right before we started this video, I loved that we were talking about this is kind of a funny thing and fun thing that we're doing, and we said, like, she's like, what are you getting done? And I was like, I need to get this done. And she's like, you don't need anything. Like, nobody needs Botox. This is just like a fun, more like what bothers you. And you really are, like, I feel like resonating with things that we teach our customers as well. It's like, it's not about can I pull this off or do I need to look a certain way, and it has nothing to do with that. It's really about confidence and building women up. And if you feel like you need to have Botox to have more confidence, like, there's nothing wrong with that. There shouldn't be shame in that if you feel like that's something you want to do. So, and we love supporting women in our community. We're actually doing an event this week with a dear friend of ours that has opened a gym, and so she's getting local women that, you know, own their own businesses to all come together and celebrate that together. So I feel like your stories align with what we stand for at Royal Lease, which I think is really special. So we're not doing this as a way to, like, make you guys think that there's anything wrong with the way we look.
Just fun.
Yeah.
Experience.
But I think
Why
that's
not?
a good point to say that, like, so many times you think of plastic surgery maybe in a negative way, or that people are only trying to enhance things. And I love that you're trying to, like, tear down the barriers of what that looks like and being like, it is reconstructive, or yeah, there's so much more to it, and I think that's what's really special about your story.
Yeah, and if you guys want to learn more about it, they have the Before and After project.
Yes.
We will link that in our description bar below, so you guys can learn more about it, because it's really cool, and we're all for it.
And Katie, do you want to come on a little bit? No? Okay. I'll just share what she shared with us. Before, Katie was saying that she was working as a personal trainer and meeting with a bunch of women in her community, and she said that she felt like there was got to be something bigger than, like, women supporting women, and she really resonated with what your idea was, and the two of you guys came together to connect women. And I guess, like, learning each other's stories is, like, what we have always talked about in this business. So it's like
it's not about being in competition with one another, but really about building each other up and really supporting one another.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I got the chills. I just
Okay, so
You guys should talk about what treatments you're getting, and, you know, how to make it look natural, why you do it, all that kind of stuff.
So Kate, what treatment are you getting?
Okay, so I am starting with a little situation here. Would you call them 11s? My 11s?
11?
Because I feel like I must do this a lot. So I was like, I feel like I have a little bit of creasing in my makeup, which would be fun not to have. I'm a big lover of makeup, so I think it'd be fun to have, like, a really smooth, you know, area.
11s.
Yeah, smooth 11s, I guess is what I'm trying. I'm, like, not spitting this out. And then once I feel like Whitney's not super scary with her lip fillers, then I might do that too.
So, good segue.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Whitney.
lip fillers. I have absolutely no upper lip. I have a very little baby one. It's more like a waterline, and I, like Kate, I love makeup. I love doing dark lip. I'm kind of known for that. And I can't wear it for very long because it rubs off. Even, like, the stuff that's not supposed to rub off still rubs off because it's like a waterline. So I'm like, I would love to just wear lipstick longer than 30 seconds.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing. And then I may do my forehead wrinkle lines.
Yeah.
Actually, I am.
Actually, it's a yes.
Actually,
Yes, that is a yes.
And Tara?
So I'm not daring enough yet to do Botox, so I'm going to do a light chemical peel.
Yay.
So as Paige called it, it's red, makes me red carpet ready.
Ooh!
Why are you interested in chemical peel?
So I want to try to, like, lighten the melasma that's on my cheeks from being pregnant. So I have some on my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead.
I feel like it's very, very common. So it's something, so it's something really easy to do after having kids.
Because you get that if you're in the sun when you're pregnant, right? You can get melasma, or how does that?
That's what I think. That's what
Just
I
like
was told.
hyperpigmentation in some spots.
So I stayed out of the sun pretty much the entire time with Brecken and pretty much the entire time with Briley, but we were at a baseball game with Britain. But we went to a baseball game and I completely forgot to put sunscreen on, and we were out there for like 3 hours, and afterwards I had I've had it.
Riley, that little rascal.
That 9-pound child. Okay, so shall we move?
Should we get right to it?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Wendy goes first.
Okay, wait, how are you feeling?
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yes. Oh, she's gonna numb me up.
It's so pretty. Can you like rub your lips together, like, and if you taste this, it'll make your tongue go kind of numb.
Oh, great.
But it won't poison you.
That's always helpful.
Yeah.
I do taste it. Oh.
It doesn't taste very good.
No, it's
okay. Would you like your green silver hot back?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, so how long does this take to take effect, Paige?
So the topical, really, it's really fast.
Yeah.
I usually try to give it about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And so while
I'm gonna feel like I went to the dentist.
while we're waiting, I'm just going to ask you a couple questions so we can decide actually what product to use. I think that we talked about that the old-time collagen only lasts 6 weeks or 12 weeks, and now the gels that we use, they last about a year. So depending on what your goals are, the BOA is a little bit more subtle. It makes your lips look hydrated, but it's not going to really enlarge your lips. So based on what you were telling me, I think that we probably would use Juvederm because I think that you're going to get a little bit more off. And you have beautiful lips. I love the shape of your lips. You have a really pretty philtrum and a little Cupid's bow, and the shape is beautiful. But what you had mentioned to me was you felt like it was small. So what I would recommend is that we add most of the volume to your upper lip. Is that okay? So, and
I'm feeling it.
yeah. And there's numbing medication in this, so as we go, it gets a little bit easier.
Okay.
Now, did you say you also wanted to do a little bit of Botox?
Yeah, in my forehead wrinkles. Like, I've got a few up there.
Okay. So, Botox is a purified protein, and it acts by relaxing the muscle. It takes about 4 days to start working, and you won't really see full effect for about 10 days.
Okay.
And it lasts about 4 months. So most of my patients come in 2 or 3 times a year. That's when you do it. And you don't have to have the injection done as soon as you start to have movement, but once you start seeing the lines coming back, then that's when we're going to do it.
We got kids. We've got some kids here.
Not the first time I've done Botox with children around.
You must have like steady, stable.
Well, you know, so at my house, and when the guys are cleaning up Thanksgiving dinner, the women are all getting Botox as their Christmas present.
Oh,
so
that's cute.
there's usually some kids around.
That's fun.
So we're going to do a little Botox, and we're just doing a tweakment, just a very small amount, and it shouldn't be, you know, I mean, it'll look nice and smooth, but it won't be paralyzed and embarrassingly, you know.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes.
So we are vlogging while we're doing it, so you guys will see the full before and after and get to hear Paige's story. And she, from what the small time we've spent with her, she is totally amazing.
Incredible.
She's incredible with her treatments. Yeah, so you can actually, she's actually in town.
Oh, sorry.
She's local to us, so we're in Bloomington Normal, and her name is Dr. Paige Holt. So we will post all of her social media and stuff.
Yeah, like her Facebook pages and all of that kind of stuff. I'll actually work on posting that right now.
She has some gift cards that we will be giving away as
prizes.
prizes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, how
That's so fun. I didn't even know.
Awesome. And we talk about her specialties on the vlog, so she does some specialties with hands. So if you guys want to see our behind the scenes and lots more, we will post it probably tomorrow once we can edit it and get it all up. So we have such supportive followers.
We do. Okay, so we're probably going to hop off live. We're going to go back to our vlog, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, there will be more to watch later, so this is just a little high.
Sneaky peek. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. I'm excited.
So Paige, something cool that we could talk about too, now that you're doing it, is like what age people start getting some injectables or whatever, and then how long it lasts. like, I guess you were talking about that with the Juvederm, but just like
maybe most common treatments that people are getting
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
what age? Yeah, what age? I guess is what I said. Okay, just relatable.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to clean your lips off. So we're using Juvederm, and this is going to last about a year. And our goal is to, just balance the upper lip with the lower lip, and you have a really beautiful shape to your lip. So we're just going to add a little bit of volume to it. The risks of what we're doing today, you can have some bruising, you can have a little bit of swelling, and for women who have fever blisters, I would usually put them on medication like Botox to try to prevent that, but you don't have those, so you don't have to do that. I really just want to make sure I get your lips really, really, really clean before we get started here.
It might also look like a hot mess or brother.
I know, exactly. Like, hi, Kelsey.
So they may feel a little bit, you guys don't have a mirror anywhere, do you? They may feel a little bit overdone at first, but you just kind of grill into them a little bit. So I'm not going to do too much, and we can always save a little bit instead of overcorrecting, but it would be lovely if I can just sort of get your approval as you go on, so that I'm giving you the looks that you want, right, specifically. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have you tip your head up.
Chair move, sorry.
And open your mouth for me a little bit. Do you feel it?
Do you feel it at
It's a
all?
little crook.
You can feel it, but it's really not too bad, especially since we started incorporating the numbing medication, and then you had the topical numbing on beforehand. You have a little bit of blood on your teeth, and this is reality, folks. So
Yeah.
Here.
Wait, it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks really
Is this
nice.
yours?
That is my cup.
Okay. Do you want to take a little sip?
Water, rosé, whatever. You want to smile?
No, I like
Can you tell?
I like it a lot.
Not too big.
I feel very numb, so it's hard for me. No,
Yeah.
it looks good.
So I'm going to do a little bit of massage, and then you're all done. That's it.
Yay.
So,
That was easy.
Does it feel so weird because your lips are numb?
Yeah, it's like lidocaine after you've been to the dentist. You feel like everything's kind of numb, but literally it doesn't. It's good.
all right, so we're going to do your glabella. That's the anatomical name for the 11s.
Okay.
A little squinchy. Can you take that off for me? Like that. Yeah. That's nice. That's it. So I say mine come from my children, but I don't know. Just I think sometimes we just sort of think, with our faces. And so what I'm going to do is just have this little handy dandy over there. Okay. Can you look at my face? You're a rock star. Seriously, that's hard to. And you didn't have a place to rest your head. And, it's kind of hard to sit there with lips. She did really good. So, okay, a little bit of Botox. So we're going to use 20 units, which isn't. It's sort of entry level. It's not a large dose of Botox. In our practice, we charge $12 a unit. That's a question that a lot of people ask. How much does Botox cost? Well, it depends on how many, and how many different areas it will treat. So I'm going to use 20 units of Botox at $12 a unit. That would be $240. And like I said, most of my patients do it 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay.
Are you ready? I'm gonna have, I wanted you to put the ice pack there and hold it for me a little bit. So the nice thing about the ice pack is it'll vasoconstrict, so it kind of decreases your chances of having any bruises. The risks of Botox, you can have a little teeny tiny pinpoint bruise. I have not heard of any patients of mine ever having any type of allergic reaction to it. It does relax the muscle, so the biggest risk is that you could actually get like a droopy eyelid, but I've never ever had a patient have that either. So,
That's awesome. How do you feel, Kate?
Feel good. Will it be sore at all?
You know what's funny? So after I have mine done, I usually feel like a little teeny tiny bit bruised. And then truthfully, I am totally convinced that it helps me with headaches. Like once it starts working, I don't get nearly as many tension headaches. And it is FDA approved for migraine treatment, but I don't do.
Right.
I don't manage migraine headaches.
So I could take. Do you like suggest taking ibuprofen just in case?
Well, I don't because it can worsen your bruising. So Tylenol, and usually just a little teeny tiny ice pack. If you want to put that back up, then that'll take care of it. And it takes about 4 days, and then we'll see how you look.
Yay!
Wow, one and done. Look at me.
I was gonna say, how do you feel?
I feel good. It feels like a little not like sore, but it feels like a little pinch right here on this side, but the other parts of my forehead don't hurt at all.
I guess I would ask you, what are your goals?
Yeah.
What do you want to achieve with
The biggest thing I'd like to do is just even back out my skin tone, and especially because I have these blotches on my cheeks and a little bit patchy on my forehead. That's like the main thing is I'd like to. I feel like when I put on blush, then it looks like I have 2 like circles right on my cheek versus because of that.
Right.
And so it just doesn't cover up very well with makeup. Thank you.
So it's a really common problem. It's called melasma.
Yeah.
It happens with hormones, like for babies, and it happens with sun exposure.
Okay.
So, but what we're going to do today is a very superficial peel.
Okay.
So we're not going to do a deep peel. It's not going to take away the pigment, but we talked about if you want to come to the office, we would do a laser treatment called IPL.
Okay.
And it works really, really well for these areas of hyperpigmentation. And usually that's 1 to 3 treatments with that. And it's very quick in-office procedure. I've had it done. I don't think it's particularly painful, but it does make it a little bit more noticeable because it brings that pigment up to the surface, and it sort of looks like almost like there's a little bit of charcoal or something on the skin, and there's kind of flakes, and it goes away.
Interesting.
But then you still have to continue to protect your skin from the sun.
Sure.
So the peel that we're going to do today is an aluminized peel.
Okay.
It gets you red carpet ready.
Okay.
We talked about, your sisters in town. You guys have a lot going on this week. You're going to be on camera a lot. So this might not be the ideal time to do a deeper peel, where with the deep peels, your skin's going to be pretty pink to red, and you can have 3 to 5 days of peeling. With this peel, this is the red carpet ready peel, the aluminized peel, and what you'll see is really actually by tomorrow your skin's just going to feel a little bit tighter. I don't think that you'll have much color change, but if you do, it's a very small amount of pink, and your skin just glows a little bit.
Will it tighten my jowls on
here? It's going to feel tight. I mean, it really does. It's kind of, one of the girls were talking about it earlier, like that first day after you peel, like it's just, you feel 10 years younger. So this is, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually use a prepping solution. Do you have makeup on?
I do.
Okay. So
I don't have eye makeup on, but I have foundation.
All right. So I'm going to take the makeup on. So typically I put a little bit of sunscreen on you, and I have a little care package for you, and I'll give you instructions for sunscreen and a little bit of moisturizer. But when you wake up tomorrow, you should be pretty happy with how your skin looks. I don't expect you to. You got a little teeny tiny bit of pink, just a little tiny bit. So you may have a little small amount of dry skin, but it's almost like getting yeah, you feel it. Woo!
It's getting warm.
It's almost like getting like microdermabrasion, where it exfoliates that top layer, but it happens pretty quick. Not a deep peel.
All right, you guys. So
I just almost fell behind the camera. It's fine.
real life, we're gonna keep that in. We just finished, and we're gonna recap really quick how we feel. So we'll start with you.
I feel slightly numb. My lips are still really numb, and I feel like they're really tight. And like the movement, I can't really move them yet, but they feel good, and I feel like I can actually put lipstick on them.
You look really cool.
Yeah.
You look really cool.
I look really cool.
You look really cool.
The Botox, I just feel like I have like a tiny bit of a headache, but like not a heavy one. Just
You
like
can't really, very slight.
very slight, not like anything I would even take medicine for. It's just kind of like an annoyance, but it like I can't feel anything. It's not like it doesn't hurt at all. Like feel good.
Perfect. I got the Botox in my 11s, and yeah, it was like the actual injection part didn't hurt at all. It literally, I was saying getting blood hurts more. Yeah, and it just feels like a tinge of a little headache or like a little sore, but it doesn't, I mean, I feel like sore is more of an intense word to use.
Yeah,
it's really not bad at all.
That's why I said an annoyance, because it's not really sore. It didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's like kind of a stigma around like Botox or fillers or whatever, and it's really so minor. It's so much minor than I was.
I mean, you could do it in an office.
Yeah.
You could do it in a warehouse.
In your warehouse, exactly. And then Tara looks glowing from the guts.
Yes. Mine actually just felt like you rubbing alcohol on my face. It's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
Actually.
So we started with that.
Yeah. Then we actually did that.
And then it just got a little bit like hot, like you were out in the sun and got a little bit like a sunburn. But it was like
How does it feel now?
it just feels like tight, like clean and tight.
Clean and tight. High and tight.
Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming. This was so
much.
fun.
So much fun.
Yes. And really quick, again, tell us where our followers can find you in town.
My office is in Bloomington, Illinois. It's called Twin City Plastic Surgery, and I have a Facebook page that is about women supporting women, which is beFORtheAFTERproject, and I'm on Instagram, Dr. Paige Holt, but I haven't been on in a few months.
Well, we'll link all of it
After
on the
this,
page.
yeah. So fun. So is the best way to follow you on Facebook or Instagram or both? Which one do you?
Lately, much more on Facebook than Instagram.
Us too. So.
Us too. Yes. Yay! Awesome.
Yay. Love it. So fun.
So cute.